It's called the cruelest disease you never heard of, but now that Bruce Willis has gone public with his diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, or FTD, a lot more people know about it.
He was once the face of Hollywood, an action hero built from grit, sarcasm, and determination. Bruce Willis redefined what it meant to be a leading man, leaving audiences worldwide cheering, crying, and holding their breath. His voice, his smirk, his presence. They became etched into cinematic history, yet in recent years the lights dimmed and the roles stopped. The world waited for an answer. Now we have it. This is the tragic reason why you won't see Bruce Willis in Hollywood movies anymore. Hollywood's iconic face. Bruce Willis wasn't just an actor, he redefined the action hero. Born in 1955 in West Germany to an American soldier and a German mother, he grew up in New Jersey. Childhood wasn't easy. He battled a severe stutter that left him isolated. But on stage, the stutter disappeared. Acting gave him confidence and purpose. Before fame, Willis worked odd jobs: bartender, security guard, laborer. Even behind the bar, his quick wit and charm stood out. By the 1980s, he landed moonlighting playing David Addison, a fast-talking detective. The show was a hit, his comedic timing praised, and Willis quickly became a rising star. Then came 1988. Die Hard changed everything. As John McClane, Willis broke the mold of muscle-bound action stars. He wasn't invincible. He bled, limped, and argued with himself, but he never quit. Audiences connected with his vulnerability, humor, and grit. He became the everyman action hero and a global icon. But he refused to stay in one box. Willis moved across genres: the noir style of Sin City, the surreal world of 12 Monkeys, the heartfelt drama of Tears of the Sun, the comedy of The Whole Nine Yards. He could do action, drama, romance, or comedy with equal ease. He was versatile. He was everywhere. So why did he suddenly vanish from Hollywood screens? The person behind the screen, behind the camera, Willis was more than a star. He was a devoted family man and a respected professional. Colleagues described him as witty, reliable, and committed. On set, he showed up prepared and gave everything to the role. Directors admired how he elevated scripts, and co-stars appreciated his ability to command a scene without overshadowing others. Off-screen, he prioritized family. With Demi Moore, he had 3 daughters and even after divorce, remained close. Later, with his second wife, Emma Hemming Willis, he had 2 more daughters. Friends often noted his devotion as a father. To the world, he was swagger and toughness. To those close to him, he was warm, generous, and grounded. The early signs. By the late 2010s, subtle changes appeared. Willis still acted, but fans noticed something off. His roles grew shorter, with fewer lines. Scripts were rewritten to limit his dialogue. On set, crew members whispered that he seemed distracted, hesitant, not his usual sharp self. Some thought it was fatigue after decades of non-stop work. Maybe age was catching up. Others blamed his heavy schedule of independent films. But for those who knew him best, it felt like something deeper. The first shadows of decline had arrived, though few yet understood what they meant. An unexpected farewell. In 2022, speculation ended. Willis's family released a statement. After 4 decades in Hollywood, he was retiring from acting. It wasn't a break or a career shift, it was final. The news stunned Hollywood and fans worldwide. This was the man behind Die Hard, The Sixth Sense, and so many classics. Why step away now? Rumors swirled, but his family gave no details, only a heartfelt message. The man who had filled theaters for decades was leaving quietly, without fanfare. The heartbreaking truth. Weeks later, the truth emerged. Willis had been diagnosed with aphasia, a disorder that disrupts communication. The shorter lines, the hesitations, the reduced roles, they hadn't been creative choices. They were symptoms. Not long after, his family confirmed an even more devastating reality: frontotemporal dementia. Unlike Alzheimer's, it attacks language, personality, and motor function. It doesn't just affect memory, it erodes the ability to speak, move, and engage with the world. For a man whose career was built on voice, presence, and timing, the diagnosis was heartbreaking. The sharp wit and charisma that made him an icon were being stripped away by illness. Fans who had grown up with him felt collective grief, life beyond fame. Since retirement, Willis has withdrawn into private family life. His wife Emma became his caretaker and advocate, while his children surrounded him with love. Occasionally, his daughters shared photos showing a frailer Willis, but always with his family close. Some questioned whether such images should be public, but to many fans, they served as reminders of the man they admired. Still here, still loved. Family devotion has been the constant. Emma has spoken about the challenges of caregiving while emphasizing the importance of cherishing each day. Through it all, Willis' strength now comes from those around him, the harsh truth. By 2025, reports confirmed the heartbreaking truth. Bruce Willis is now largely nonverbal and unable to walk without help. Independence, once his hallmark, is gone. Audiences remember him as McClane leaping across broken glass, as the haunted psychiatrist in The Sixth Sense, as the intense hitman in Pulp Fiction. To see the man who embodied toughness, now immobile and silent, is devastating. Even crueler, he reportedly no longer remembers many of the roles that defined him, fragments of his life that brought joy to millions. For fans, his decline is not just the fall of a star, but the dimming of a cultural icon, the lasting legacy. Yet to dwell only on his decline is to miss the point of his legacy. Willis was never just an action hero. He showed that true courage came from imperfection, from bleeding, stumbling, doubting, and still pushing forward. He proved his emotional depth in The Sixth Sense. He stunned audiences with the surreal tragedy of 12 Monkeys and the futuristic grit of Looper. He brought charm to Moonrise Kingdom and toughness to Sin City. Every generation that discovers his films keeps him alive. His smirk in Die Hard, his broken tenderness in The Sixth Sense, his resigned bravery in Armageddon. These moments remain vivid, untouched by illness. His influence stretches far beyond box office numbers. He shaped what it meant to be both strong and human on screen. That is the mark of a legend. The curtain falls. The reason Bruce Willis is gone from the screen is cruelly simple. Frontotemporal dementia, a disease that robs its victims of language, movement, and identity. For an actor who thrived on voice and presence, the irony is brutal. Yet devastation does not erase memory. His work endures, replayed on screens worldwide, inspiring new generations. He may no longer step onto a set, but he remains part of cinema's architecture. You may not see Bruce Willis in new Hollywood movies, but you will always feel him in every one-liner, every moment of fear or laughter he gave us. His final curtain has fallen not by choice, but by fate. But legends never vanish. They live on in memory, influence, and the art they leave behind. For those who grew up with him, there is grief in his silence, but also gratitude. Gratitude for the films that shaped us, the characters that inspired us, and the courage and humor he carried into every role. Bruce Willis endures, not as the fading shadow of illness, but as the vibrant force he always was. His films will continue to spark laughter, fear, and awe, reminding us that even in fragility, there can be strength. His story carries on, immortal, unbroken, eternal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Epoch Dive for more amazing documentaries.